Hey, what's up, family? This is the glossary of basic philosophy terms. Now, if you're new to philosophy, I suggest that you do a quick Google search and check out this website. It's called Dummies.com. And I'm assuming these are the same people that put out, like, those books to get our Barnes Noble, like so and so for dummies or whatever. That's what I'm assuming, but I'm just surfing the web to find out, like, what I can give to people who are like new to philosophy, don't know anything about philosophy or whatever. So just check out dummies.com, glossary of basic philosophy terms. Let me just read this for you. Yeah, that's the website, Philosophy for Dummies. So I'm assuming it's like the excerpt. Um, okay, let me just read this. To be really great or even fair to meddling philosopher, you need to understand some of the lingo of philosophy. Some basic terms in philosophy include, of course, first you have the word philosophy itself, which is the love of wisdom. And now aesthetics, that's a word I like to use a lot. Aesthetics, it's the study of beauty, ugliness, and maybe even the sublime. The question, what is art, is an aesthetical one, an aesthetical question. So aesthetics is pretty much dealing with beauty, and beauty, it can be either objective or subjective. And but there's like a whole other topic behind that. I don't want to go into. There's some videos on that, but that's like a whole other topic. But aesthetics are pretty much like, if you see something that's beautiful, or you see something like a very attractive woman, or you see a piece of art that's breathtaking, or you just look at the scenery, look at the Grand Canyon, look at the stars, see a sports car that looks sharp or whatever. That's aesthetic. Or aesthetic can be, it can also mean like the way you dress. If a woman has a beautiful dress on, that's a beautiful aesthetic. Or if a guy dressed in a tuxedo or whatever, you could call that aesthetic or whatever. That's pretty much what aesthetic means. It's something that's good to look at, pleasing to look at. You know what I'm saying? And meta aesthetics. If Let me see, meta aesthetics tip. If a theoretical esthetician can't match a suit and a tie or a shirt and skirt, take anything they say with a grain of salt. Epistemology. Now that's a word that I've been hearing for like a long time. Epistemology is a study of belief, truth, knowledge, and rationality. Ethics, the study of good and evil, right and wrong, rules and virtues, character and vice, success and happiness. As has lots of sub areas, including business ethics. What is what is it okay to do? Legal ethics. Who is it okay to sue? Medical ethics. When is it okay to clone? The whole cloning debate. Techno ethics. Is it okay to tap a phone? you know, and metaphysics. That's a word that, being that word go way way back. Metaphysics, the study of being, or what really exists. All the ultimate stuff, questions are metaphysical ones. Meta means, the word meta, or the suffix meta means after or transcending. Wisdom, practical insight for living. Now, these are just like the basic terms, and what I'll do is I'll put the link to this website below. You can check it out, and that's all I gotta say for that. And I'll just be right back for the main portion of the video.
Do you know what Amor Fati is? The practice of Amor Fati in Stoicism is basically the recognition that there are no obstacles, only fuel. In Meditations, Marcus Aurelius compared the life of a Stoic to a blazing fire, saying, "A blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything that is thrown into it." We should also see everything not as an obstacle, but as a chance for growth. You are stuck in traffic. That is a chance to practice patience. Remember this quote by Marcus Aurelius: "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way."
Amor Fati. Amor Fati is another term used within philosophy. Particularly, it's used in Stoicism, but also it's also known for its use by Friedrich Nietzsche, who was a German philosopher back in the 1800s. Now, Amor Fati, even like the word itself, Amor Fati, Amor, which means love. And when I first, looked this word up, the first thing that popped in my head was that Stevie Wonder song, Shorty Amor. So there's the word more. I don't know if the Moor is ever mentioned. I've never heard like anybody within the Moorish organization mention the word Amor. I'm sure they have, but I probably haven't heard it. But just take the Latin word Amor, a more, like black Amor or whatever, which is so the word more is in the word love, Amor, and of course it's a Latin phrase which translated into English is love of fate or love of one's fate. It is used to describe an attitude in which one sees everything that happens to one's life, including suffering and loss, as good or at the very least necessary. I'm just reading this from Wikipedia. Amor Fati is often associated with what Friedrich Nietzsche called eternal reoccurrence, the idea that over an infinite period of time, everything reoccurs infinitely. From his developed from this, he developed a desire to be willing to live exactly the same life over and over for all eternity. Now, I kind of have an issue with this, but I'll explain with it. I go into it later. Um, Amor Fati is also discussed in Stoicism. Now, just read on. The concept of Amor Fati has been linked to Epictetus, who was also a Stoic philosopher, like Marcus Aurelius, and I've gone over him a couple times in my last videos. It has also been linked to the writings of Marcus Aurelius, who did not use those words. However, he found it most explicit expression in Nietzsche. Also, however, it found its most explicit expression in Nietzsche, who made love of fate central to his philosophy. Now, going back to the concept of the eternal recurrence, it's I've ever seen the movie Groundhog Day with Bill Murray. He woke up every day, but it's not really like that. It's kind of so if I need to, me personally, I need to read more into it. But me personally, I just being selfish. If I had like live this life again, I would correct some mistakes here and there. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me personally. You know what I'm saying? Because older you get, the wiser you get. Then when you look back at the mistakes that you made in the past. But I would correct some mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe that even when it comes down to like going back in time, you know, or just reliving stuff. There's some stuff I would correct. Not everything, but here and there. But that's just me personally. But Let me see. Let me just read on. Okay. I'm not going to read the whole Wikipedia article. What I do, I link the article below. Suffering. Nietzsche's love of fate naturally leads him to confront the reality of suffering in a radical way. For to love that which is necessary demands not only that we love the bad along with the good, but that we view the two as inexplicably linked, or excuse me, inextricably, I can't pronounce the word, inextricably linked. Nietzsche does not promote suffering as a good in itself, but rather as a precognition for good. A single moment of good justifies an eternity of bad, but one extreme cannot have meaning without the other. In the Will to Power, he writes, Will to Power is one of his books. For nothing is self-sufficient, neither in us ourselves nor in things. And if our soul has trembled with happiness and sounded like a harp string just once, all eternity was needed to produce this one event. And in this single moment of affirmation, all eternity was called good, redeemed, justified, and reaffirmed. You know, yeah, I can understand the concept of that because it comes down to the whole concept of fate. You know, ignore the idea of going back. The eternal recurrence. I kind of have an issue with that, but when it's coming down to like practical reality, we're all moving forward in time, and there's no telling what we will encounter tomorrow. Like a mishap, an accident, an illness, or what have you. So whatever happens to us is I will say you saw like a lesson. You encounter a hardship. You know you find ways to get past that obstacle, and in that process of overcoming that obstacle, you learn. You get tougher, you get wiser. You learn new things about the world, how the world functions, and then you put that under your belt as wisdom. So I understand the concept what I just read, that bad things that happen to you, there can't be good that comes out of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you get older and wiser, if you encounter the same situation, you'll handle it differently than you did before you encountered the first hardship. So that's what I get from that. You know what I'm saying? So, Nietzsche said that, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Okay, reading on. Modern development. Now, Albert Camus, French philosopher. I need to read up more on him. I've heard of him for like a long time, and he's very fascinating. And when I get a chance in the future, I would like to write a blog or make a video about his philosophy, because he goes into the myth of Sisyphus. Let me just read on. Okay, the French philosopher Albert Camus, in his 1942 essay on the myth of Sisyphus, explores ideas similar to those of Nietzsche. According to Camus' philosophy of absurdism, which is a branch of philosophy. Absurdism is a branch of philosophy. Like somebody said, that's absurd. Absurdism is a branch of philosophy. Absurdism to the human condition is analogous to the curse of Sisyphus. The Greek mythophys, who in the ancient Greek mythology was condemned to eternally repeat the task of pushing a boulder up a hill only to find it roll back down again. Like Nietzsche, Camus concludes that happiness is only possible when the essential meaninglessness of one's existence is not only acknowledged, but positively affirmed. And it's similar to existentialism. Because if you want to go back to the philosophy of nihilism, which put in layman's terms, nihilism, somebody who's nihilistic, they don't really care about the world. They're giving up. Everything's hopeless. We're all gonna get old and die. The world's gonna end. So why keep going on? That's nihilism. Now, existentialism is like you pile down on top of nihilism. Now, existentialism is kind of like the realization of, you know, life is finite. We're all gonna pass away, get old. You know what I'm saying? The world's going to hell. You know what I'm saying? World War III, nuclear war, humanity's not gonna make it, blah blah blah. But take that reality and improve yourself while you're still here. Enjoy yourself, get a makeover, exercise, uh, be a play, enjoy life while you're here, be a player, get a lot of women, drink, have a good time, change your identity, put on a new persona, what I'm saying, improve yourself, improve your wardrobe, your personality, improve your physique, just enjoy life while you're here. That's existentialism in layman's terms. You know what I'm saying? So when we come down to absurdism, I kind of go into that, in the future. But absurdism is kind of similar from what I get from it. It's kind of similar to existentialism, but I need to read more into it. But we'll come down to like the Amor Fati. That's one of the concepts within philosophy that you should be aware of. But I'm not gonna ramble on too long in this video. I just I would put this out there, for anybody who wants to like read more into it. And also when you get a chance, of course, read up on the Stoics, read up on Marcus Aurelius, his book Meditations, read up on Epictetus. Epictetus, he was a slave, but he became a philosopher. Read up on Seneca, he's another Stoic philosopher who's a playwright. And not just Stoicism, always push Friedrich Nietzsche, read his books Beyond Good and Evil, the genealogy of morality, will to power, things, read up on that, and Albert Camus and a few others, and also read Friedrich Nietzsche's book, Thus Spoke Zarathustra, which is another one of Nietzsche's books that I would recommend. I got that book and read it, study it. And if you don't have the attention span to like read philosophy, just start from the basics. Just like I said in the early part of the video, philosophy for dummies. Go online and read like the basic ABC 1, 2, 3s level of philosophy, so you can get the framework. What I'm saying? Even if it's like high school level information, read it because it give you like a basic framework. You can't really process the information if you don't have like the basic framework. So start with the philosophy for dummies. Watch YouTube videos. What I'm saying? Not just mine, but go on YouTube, type in philosophy, stoicism. A lot of videos on the topic. A lot of videos on Friedrich Nietzsche. A lot of videos on existentialism, objectivism, stuff like that. So that's all I gotta say for this video. Everyone has an input, please comment below. Criticisms, critiques, concerns. And that's all I gotta say for that. You guys have a good day and peace. Hey guys, if you want to contact me, you can contact me on my Facebook page. You can also contact me on my X page, or you can also email me at sanuacard@gmail.com.
way it come is so profile. Now let's see, how many horses in this merry-go-round? Is it me? What do we have to do to cope when things ain't easy? Cause the same things that hurt me be the same things that please me. I reach for the sun and I give thanks for a change season. Water, earth, wind, and fire, so many reasons to build